Ruler School is brought to you by Odyssey Games, where you can go to pre-order upcoming Force of Will sets, ccgprime.com for singles and supplies, cardodoko.com for those rulers in the international market looking for product, guest lecturer, full grammar alchemist, as well as all of our Ruler School students, faculty, and support staff. Class is in session. Hey there, rulers. Welcome back after a long week of Force of Will to your favorite ever live Force of Will podcast. At least it would be, but wealth exists. So we're going to go. Bye, guys.
Yep. See you.
Have a good night. Just kidding. So this is Office Hours, your favorite ever live Force of Will podcast featuring myself, DMO73, and I'm joined as always by Paul Reisman.
Let's get into those blue machines.
I know it's Water Boys Day, right? It's so much water cards today. Every
Water
card
boys.
today is water. Just a few pieces of housekeeping before we get started. If you want to go ahead and get your pre-orders in for this set, you can do so. They are out available right now through Odyssey Games. The link is in the description. They have boxes available for sale. You are not going to want to miss it. This set is going to be absolute fire and water and light and wind and dark. So you're going to want to get those pre-orders in. Also, if you don't forget that this Saturday is our Circuit Kit event over on the Ruler School Discord server. You can actually get registered for that event on Force of Wind. There's a link in the description below to do that, and it also will show there where you can go to pay for the tournament. So it's $15. You get $5 or 5 prize wall points just for entering, and top 8 will get the circuit mat of the corner, as well as first place getting an additional 25 prize wall points. So go check that out. We hope to see you there on this Saturday for that. It's going to be played via webcam, so be on the lookout for that. And if you like what we're doing, want to consider supporting the channel, the easiest way to do so is becoming a member, a Ruler School student. As you saw in the intro, you can click that join button down below. It goes to support the channel, and we really appreciate it. We're currently on a goal to try to hit 100 members total by the 1st of April. And if we do so, we're going to commission a FOW artist to do a Force of Will Ruler School playmat that we will send to everyone as a nice little digital version that you can then go print off for yourself. So check that out if you haven't already. We'd really appreciate it. Paul, water cards.
Water cards. Let's jump right in.
Water cards. We have Fushi, the Steamforged Dragon Lord. Man, what a name. Mythic, Untouchable, ages 6-7, costs 3. Fushi, Resonators you control gain plus X 100 and Defiant, where X is the number of fire regalia you control. He's a fire regalia, so he's a regalia resonator. Whenever this card attacks, you gain a dragon emblem fire or water item. You can banish 2 Dragon Power Emblem Vermilion items if you do draw a card, then put a Fire Weapon Regalia token into the field, which would then give him Defiant too. By the way, he just gives all of your Resonators that, which is kind of crazy. Banish 2 Dragon Emblem items with different characteristics. You gain 2 Dragon Emblem Vermilion items. This man is like a one-hit K. Like, he's just like doing it by himself. Like, fine, I'll do it myself. I think this card is very aggressive. I think this card is very neat. Feels stompy. Giving all of your guys Defiant, I think, is a lot.
Yeah, that's insane. I love that he's like so easy to bring out because of Dragon Tithe.
Yeah.
There's also just like a little tiny thing in this. This is one of the first instances where we have any inkling that having more emblems matters.
Yes.
Because the original support, like,
just
you
wanted
didn't
one
spend
of each.
them.
Just wanted one of each.
Yeah, so not having multiples of them is actually really helpful.
Yeah.
Also, the dragon behind him is just the Red Ranger's Dragon Zord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. So
it's pretty cool. It's very, very cool. Next up, we have Lady Nua's Karakuri Steam Dragons. 4-cost Regalia Resonator 5/6 with Precision and Aegis. It's a dragon for Dragon Tithe. Excuse me. Reunited with Fushi, he gains a named ability, Steamy Army. At the end of your turn, you gain a dragon emblem fire or water. If you control a dragon emblem vermilion, copy this card. So, that's a thing. Each turn, only one Steamy Army triggers per player. Whenever this card attacks, if you control a dragon emblem fire, this gains plus 200 until end of turn. If you control a dragon emblem water, it gains flying until end of turn. And you can banish 2 dragon emblem items and 4C 2. Boy howdy, am I glad all of these cards don't have swiftness. They have Aegis, so they'll stick around. They'll be harder to kill, but they don't have swiftness. So thank goodness.
And they'll get Defiant because this is also a Regalia.
Yes.
With the new Fushi Resonator. So
yeah, for sure. So like, Fushi combo band. These are all Regalia Resonators, so it doesn't matter. They don't buy back Regalia Beast, so I'm okay with it. Nothing a little Dragon Flames power can't fix. I like it. Yeah. And then we have our 8 trigrams of Kunlun. This is an 8-cost Chantmaster rune, 2 less for each different name among Regalia you control, which are also the Resonators. Reunited with Fushi. If it's not the first spell named you played, it gets 8 +1/+1 counters on each Regalia you control and recover them, and then give them swiftness until end of turn.
Oh, hey.
Hey. I do think, though, if I'm reading this correctly, this specifically point in time is only giving the Regalia you control at resolution swiftness, because it's referring to they gain, not Regalia you control gain. So I think this cloud effect wouldn't be like things past. It would only be the things that are already active when you play it. And then the rest of the resolution is non-resonator Regalia you control become 8/8 resonators until end of turn. They are still Regalia. You gain a Dragon Emblem Vermilion item. So 0-cost Regalia continue to come back into the environment.
Yeah.
Although you don't want to play those against things
ones
like
too.
Alabaster and stuff like that, because then if you didn't pay at least 1 will for them, it's like... I think it's... What are the spells where if you didn't pay at least 1 will, it gets rid of? There are some spells that are like that. That mess with things like that. Yomidgard, I think, is one of them. There's some other ones.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm pretty like Shaman, Mirage, Yomidgard.
Yeah, because you have to pay at least.
Yeah.
At least. Yeah. I will note against this that this artwork is very, very similar to the artwork that we've seen for one of the Buy a Box promos, which now to me makes me think that the Buy a Box promos are confirmed, pseudo-confirmed, to just be alt art versions of these Chantmaster runes, which is great. I'm glad to see that if that's the case. Yeah. The artwork is very, very similar. If it's not, I would be very confused.
Yeah, this is very good.
If you play Fire Pit, it hurts a lot. Yeah, play Fire Pit against Fushi, and then just have them be like, this is a problem.
So this, I was thinking about this with some of the guys out of TCG Prime, and I was thinking with them about using Death Scythe, because using Death Scythe then allows you to remove some stuff that is dead in your graveyard to then be shuffled back in for a Genji Tenshon replicant.
Oh, that's true.
Which
that's
can help.
Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting play. Replicant Genji.
So there's like a little bit of synergy there.
Yeah.
That's pretty helpful. But yeah, I think this is a perfectly acceptable aggression red deck.
Yeah. It feels
play
like
a lot of Regalia.
It feels like Isis feels very burn. Right? Now, don't get me wrong, she can do the whole like Surtur swiftness shenanigans, right? Which is like very Gnarly coded because of like the swiftness that came with Gnarly and Command and Chaos and all that kind of stuff. This feels very like mid-range big stompy boys and like flying in the air dragon kind of stuff, which does like feel very Fushi coded as opposed to what Gnarly was trying to do. So I like it. I like it a lot. It feels very comfortable with them. And also, Dragon Master. So I enjoy that. Synergy and modern design. What a timeline. Yeah. Now we're going to go to blue-green. We have
Yeah, yeah,
Zwei,
yeah.
Counselor of the Royal Court. Divinity tag, Divinity 4. He's the highest of the divinity bonuses right now. Tag Arthur or Guinevere. Kernlos. This card has no attribute. Untouchable and Force Command Future. Other rulers you control become gears and gain judgment blue, green, or double gears. You pay 1 void less to play machine spells with blue or green in their color cost. Machine J resonators you own, gain Kernlos in all areas. J resonators with gears counters on them become gears and gain Kernlos. And tap and double void, put a gears counter on up to 1 target resonator, put a +1/+1 counter on each J resonator you control with Kernlos. Dealing with void stuff. Interestingly enough, the only green ruler that can pitch for mirror.
Yeah. And all of the other free spells.
And all of the
Right.
other free spells. It can literally play all of
So
the
like
free spells.
Zacky's, yeah, all of them. So we need to keep some things in mind here, right?
Yeah.
So when you pair this with Arthur, you're getting 14 divinity.
Yep.
Very helpful because there's some really good classic runes that do have kind of an expensive sense of divinity on them for the time period.
Sure.
But it also gives you a few extra divinity to maybe play something like an infinite loop very comfortably with like another edition.
Yeah.
In your rune deck. Kernlos is also very interesting because of the way it's worded. You may pay the specified cost of the spell with Void Will instead. You may. You don't have to.
Right.
So keep that in mind as well. And this is probably not a machine deck, right? We're turning things into gears.
Yeah.
So there's some machines that are helpful, but this is probably not a machine deck.
Keep in mind, no solo mode for the free loop. Yeah, that's a good point. No solo mode for free loop. But, I mean,
then we're not playing loop.
But loop is only 2 will, so it's like not even that bad. Sometimes it can be. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, so this is just interesting to me. It means that, like, the other reason why you don't want to necessarily, we just talked about being able to play the free spells in this color combination, which is odd for a green ruler. But you also don't want your hand to be nothing, like you don't want nothing but machine J/resonator or resonators, because those are then void cards in your hand. So you can't use them for the pitch because they won't have an attribute. So you have to like be mindful of that with your deck build. I honestly don't think you need to play necessarily that many machines in this. You probably play like his core suite from the new stuff and then kind of go for there because you're going to make other things into machines. The only thing I would consider that you play, definitely I think that you play in this deck, is Arthur Spacetime Knight. At one of, it becomes a quick cast 1-drop 7/7 that draws 2 and puts 1 back on top of the deck. That seems just pretty good. Like that seems pretty good.
Yeah.
And
very
then,
sensible.
Though Yo-Yo says mild take villains machines is greater than tails machines. I can't wait to see a villains machines. Like that certainly is something that's there. Fushi had a lot of machine stuff that he could play in there too, which I think was very interesting because he dealt with a lot of dragon machines. So I'd be curious to see what that build looks like. But I think this one's going to be one that Paul's going to build like 17 different iterations of it, and we're probably going to put it on the channel every single time. So we'll see what happens.
I might already have a list.
There you go. Look at that.
That's public.
Look at that.
Last thing we need to make a note of is it says put a gears counter on up to 1 target resonator. It doesn't say you control.
Right. So you can make your opponent's stuff gears.
And make them attributeless.
Yeah, because it is saying. Well, let's see.
It
says machine J/resonators you own. So you can't make your opponent's stuff attributeless, unfortunately.
I guess we'll just have to yoink them somehow. But then it doesn't. If your opponent has gear stuff to put gears counters on, your field still gets the buff.
You know what's really fun to do with this card? If you're playing against a Valkyrie deck, and they try to kill their own Valkyrie, and you go, well, actually, that Valkyrie is a gears now, so then it loses Call of the Valkyrie. It's very funny.
Yeah, it's very funny. Yeah, just downshift and
Drywing and
play like
Dodgy are really
anti-Valkyrie
good.
control.
Being able to play Void for them, yeah, yes for sure.
You can't play Dodgy that way, I don't believe.
She's a machine.
No, that works. Yeah, you're
She's a
right.
machine.
Yeah, you got it. Yep.
Yeah, very cool. Speaking of gears, we have Replicant King Arthur. This is a Gears machine replicant for blue and green. Kernlow's Belligerent's Precision 7/7 has a God's Art of remove 10 +1/+1 counters from resonators you control. Take an extra turn after this one. Enter, draw X cards, where X is 5 minus the number of cards in your hand. Gain control of target resonator with total cost 2 or less, and Kernlow's. So if you can make something else Kernlow's, you can just take it. And tap or pay double void, choose a darkness resonator, its controller expels it. I'm not gonna lie, I think this card is neat. I do wish he had untouchable, but I understand why they didn't, because it'll be so easy to get 10 +1/+1 counters. I could see you doing like if they had bumped up the number of +1/+1 counters that you have to burn to then let him have untouchable. 10 is a very low bar. It's very easy, especially since you can put them so many on them with like maintenance and all of these other things. It's super fast. Also note that Lancelot, the glass Lancelot, is getting a reprint and therefore will only cost 2 void to cast because he has blue in his cost. If only there was a way to repeat God's Arts. Wait a minute. We're onto something here. Hold on.
Wait a minute. Yeah, Lancelot is interesting in this deck because he won't probably distribute counters. Probably won't do that, but he can remove stuff, which I think is also really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make resonators you don't control gears, and then you yoink them with King Arthur, and it doesn't say as long as this card is in the field.
You just take them.
It says, no, they're mine now. Yeah, they're mine.
Yeah, just take them.
Thanks.
Mechanization to stag skulk into Arthur at quick cast speed with 6 counters. Oh, that's, yeah, mechanization. Mechanization with Arthur is very good.
It's very, very good.
Driving into Galahad. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm very excited to see the builds that come out of this. I think there's some very cool space to explore here.
Yeah. There's a mechanization build. There's a Typhon antibodies build. There's just go into the machines instead build.
Yeah.
Right. Some of those are better than others.
Right.
Probably the most important thing about this Arthur is he does not have, I mean, not even untouchable, but he doesn't even have like things like Aegis.
Yeah.
Right.
Very killable.
So he's very killable. That being said, the removal is something I can just do in response to you trying to kill him. So there is a little bit of like he's interactable, but he's powerful enough that if he wasn't interactable, he would feel unfair.
A 2-drop 7/7. So like also keep in mind 2-drop 7/7 Belligerent's Precision is actually a very good stat line for a 2-drop now. Just to be able to be like play kill something, right? Like play kill something. We see this a lot with like I'm currently playing Watresses of the Academy. Like Watresses is very good. And it has the exact same stat line, exact same cost, and the exact same style of like tap or pay to ability to like do that same kind of thing. And boy, howdy, does it come up! So like, it's very good.
Yeah. Also keep in mind with this particular card, that this is a way to kill Therapist. You can't expel Therapist, but you can just attack it.
Yeah. That's what we would use.
Steal it.
Like honestly,
but you probably just want to.
This card is honestly like this card replaces Watchers and Paradox. Yes, absolutely, for sure. Serves a very similar purpose for what Watchers is doing in Paradox, right? Because Watchers is going to rotate out of Paradox. Like, this card does the same thing. Like, I use this a lot. I use Watchers also, like, as the Fox player against people trying to do, like, Alabaster stuff. I'll be like, oh, end step, try to do a cheat-in thing when I really don't care if it resolves or not. And they'll go, oh, Alabaster. I'm like, cool, go to my turn. Watchers, kill it. Die.
Thank you.
Thanks. Like, similar kind of vibe for this, which I think is totally fine. Next up, go ahead.
Oh, hold on. We still got to talk about one additional thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So with all of Arthur's support, you have to keep in mind that if you're running the new Avalon Stone that we got in ATD, this is technically a 1 stone, take an extra turn.
1 cost.
Yeah, it's a 1 cost, but that doesn't get hit by things like Mirage Spirit
because you're actually full paying for
Yeoman Guard.
Yeah,
because you're still paying the full cost, but it only costs you 1 stone to do. If you have the Angel statue on the field as well, so that's all of these cards I'm interpreting through that lens too. Yeah, and for sure. Yeah, you can use the stone to pay for him because of Kernlos.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how the Arthur builds evolve, because I think there's some very cool some spicy stuff there. Speaking of spicy stuff, this is Replicant Galahad. This one has Untouchable, 3 cost, Kernlos, Untouchable, Overgrowth, reunited with Arthur on enter. Remove up to 4 +1. Remove 4 +1/+1 counters from resonators you control. If you do, choose up to 2 non-J ruler entities with 1 or more attributes. Their controller expels them. So does not care about barrier and can get rid of anything with an attribute. Yee. Whenever a resonator you control attacks, you may remove a +1/+1 counter from a resonator you control. If you do, put a 4/4 Wind Gears resonator token with Kernlos into the field. Tap or void. Banish an entity with Kernlos. Recover target resonator. This has Solar Painter like written all over it, right? Like, give everything an attribute. Go nuts, King. Like, just saying.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, I think Alejandro caught himself a little bit here. If you play Solar Painter and turn everything into, because the Solar Painter says
everything gains the
right?
attribute. Yeah.
Yeah. You can get rid of their stones.
Solar Painter, I think I'm going to double check. Solar Painter does, I believe, get rid of, it doesn't add to.
Checking right now.
Yeah, we're both like, hold on. I think it's non-Magic Stone entities.
Non-Magic Stone cards.
Non-Magic Stone.
Attribute, okay.
So you can't rip stones with this card.
Yeah, because stones can have a Magic Stone type. Like, they can have the Fire Magic Stone type, but that doesn't mean it's an attribute.
Right. Now, that being said,
important.
You can use
Painter Gears no longer does it.
Painter
Gears.
You
used to, but you can't do it anymore.
Yeah. Painter Gears and Solar Painter. Yeah, neither of those will work to be able to yeet stones.
Yeah. Old Painter Gears could.
Yes. That being said, yeah, there's some very silly stuff that you can do. You can rip Pillars of Uruk at the anime. No, actually, you can't. Because it's still a Magic Stone, so it won't gain the attribute off of Painter Gears. It is specifically excluded. Seal Column specifically says it is still a Magic Stone, and Painter Gears specifically says non-Magic Stone cards. So, sorry.
That's true.
They're fixing it. Galahad's neat. I think this guy's neat. I think it's fun. I think, you play into stuff like Mechanization on a 3-drop that has Untouchable to go into like Dry Wing and stuff like that. I think that's probably pretty cool. There's a lot of silly stuff that can happen with this deck. I think it's neat. And non-targeting, not caring about Eternal Addition removal is nice. Addition and Regalia removal is nice.
Galahad would be able to get rid of the Columns of Uruk because it becomes a dual attribute Light Fire Devil.
It is still a magic stone. It's
Yeah, we're not talking. I'm saying Galahad can still get rid of it. Galahad can get rid of it if it animates.
it is. Oh, because it gains the attributes. Oh, sure,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
It's the enter
Cute,
effect.
cute.
It's the enter effect of Galahad that does it. So like, seems tricky given that
Probably
he
not going to
doesn't.
happen.
Given that he doesn't have quick cast, but like, sure, go off, King.
You try.
Um,
Yeah,
Infinite.
I think
spot.
Galahad is okay.
I think it's
I
okay.
like that he has overgrowth.
Yes.
Right?
Plus one
It's
counters.
non-interactable. Put +1 counters on stuff. You can then put a gears counter on him and give more stuff.
King of Kings. That's
+1
true.
+1
You do
counters.
get King of Kings. Well, wait, hold on.
King of Kings.
That's the old 3-cost spell for Deus Ex. That's or Knight of Knights. No, sorry. Not King
Knight
of
of
Kings.
Knights.
Knight of Knights. Oh, I have to go through all of these knights. But the problem is you may pay if this card targets a machine. He's not a machine. He's a gears.
Yeah, he is. He's a gears, machine, and replicant.
Oh, he already has gears on him.
Yeah, he's gears, machine, and replicant.
They gained Kernlos. Okay, yeah, okay. Sounds good. So, okay.
Yeah.
He's good.
Like, getting your head around this sub-ruler is like, or this tag ruler is a lot.
That's why I've assigned him to you, and I've said go.
And that's why the deck is already built.
I look forward to it.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
Excited for Arthur.
Speaking of the other water ruler that I'm really excited for, this is Jormungandr.
Oh no, we're not done.
Oh, we're not.
We're
done.
not. No.
Oh, that's true.
Not yet.
That's true.
No.
We got to go back to the
Master
Master Room. Orbital Antimatter Missiles Excalibur 2.0. Arthur is bored at his job. The artwork on this one is just so funny to me. He's just.
He is soulless.
Okay. Kernlos, which means it can be paid with void. Reunited Arthur, if it's not the first spell, you shuffle all entities you don't control with one or more attributes other than magic stones and non-token J rulers into their owner's deck. That's interesting to me. And non-entities you don't control with one or more attributes other than magic stones. Okay. 4C2. Reveal the top cards of your deck. Put X +1/+1 counters on each resonator you control, where X is the total cost of the revealed card. Resonators you control gain Pierce until end of turn. This is interesting to me. It's Divinity 3, which is pretty, like, why he has Divinity 4, most likely. But yeah, this one's interesting. But I'm going to let Paul take over from here, because I'm sure he has thoughts.
Sure. So I was kind of thinking to myself that I feel like the Master Rune has to have Kernlos, and lo and behold, it has Kernlos, which means that we can pay the try cost, the try will cost with only 2 stones if we have Avalon. You want to be playing multiples of these. It will not get rid of something like Protections of the Academy Grounds or Fates Reunited or Broken Seal of Yomudgard. So just keep that in mind. Shuffle all
Unless you play
entities
Solar
don't
Painters.
control with one or more attributes. You're not playing Solar Painters. There's not enough room in the deck, but that is something you can do. Other than Magic Stones and non-token J rulers back into the deck, we haven't had a mass shuffle things back into the deck in quite a long time.
Long time.
Not since Excalibur 1, which apparently Merlin broke. He disabled it in this timeline, which is really cool. Really what you're trying to do is use this multiple times. So you're probably playing at least 2 to 3 in the main board and 1 in the rune deck. Just to be able to say, I'm just gonna put a ton of counters on things.
Which,
and the Pierce is nice.
If we're talking about play, I think Orbital Antimatter probably plays more into the Tails Arthur Zwei than the villains, because again, you get 1-cost quick cast Arthur to be able to stack the card that you want to be like plussing off of, right? So you can take like your most expensive card after draw and like stack it on top and then cast this card, right? Like that feels probably where this card finds a home, is like more in the Tails version than the Villains version.
Yeah, so the reason I keep saying, yeah, 2 stones, not 2 will.
Yeah, 2
Excuse me.
stones, not 2 will. And you'll have 1
Yeah,
void
sorry.
left up. You'll have 1 void left up because you, as long as you have Angel Statue, you will get 2 Avalon stones will produce you 4 gears, like 4 void will, not 4 generic.
Yeah.
Although this is an interesting point because it really hasn't come up. Void will and generic will are different, which is important because you might be thinking, oh, I'll just play the Tron stones. Does not work. The Ghost in the Shell stones specifically produce generic. They do not produce void. That is a very important distinction. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. So void is, it's probably best to think of void like moon and time will now.
Right. And then there's also generic,
so like imagine if,
which is just the one.
Yeah. Or like free cost, right?
Yeah.
Is the bubble with the number in it. So they made void its own characteristic of will now, and so it has to be used for specifically that kind of will. Kind of like how like Lapis had like moon cards.
Yeah.
Where you play like black and moon.
Yeah.
So
same kind of thing. Yeah, non-attribute spells. Because it has Kernlos, you can use 2 stones for Avalon. Yes.
Yeah,
it's very
like I said, the specifications are like really intricate. So
Paul
like,
and I are going to
figure it out.
Play a little bit of this on Wednesday when we meet because he's got the deck proxied up, but I can't wait to have no idea what's happening. I'm just going to make chimeras. I'm just going to make foxes and
just going to make chimeras and just go.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Okay, now we can go to Snake.
Now we can go to Snick. This is Jormungandr, the Fater, the Eater of Worlds. This artwork is sick, by the way.
It's amazing.
Divinity 2 tags with Loki or Mimir. Force commands trickery. Interesting point to note about the current CR. This means that you can tag this Jormungandr with Order Loki. So now we can have an Order deck that tags and has a rune deck. Just Loki just cheating. Just nothing but Loki cheating and breaking the rules. Which is hilarious to me. I think it's great. I think it's so funny. Other rulers you control gain judgment blue black, which also means now that we have an Order ruler that can judgment. Won't do anything, but sure. You can. Water cards and darkness cards in your graveyard cannot leave your graveyard by effects or abilities you don't control and gained Reverberate, which, by the way, is when you play this card, copy it X times. It's a trigger. When you play this card, trigger. Copy X times, where X is the number of cards that were put from all non-removed areas into all graveyards this turn. And at the beginning of the game, search your deck for a Water Resonator card and put it into your graveyard, then shuffle your deck. Tap, look at the top card of your deck. You may put it in to your graveyard. Having built-in graveyard protection for the perfect Loki-centered new era support for Loki was so good. Like, single-handedly makes me super interested in this deck. Just the fact that from the jump, I have my graveyard stays here, which I think is just really, really nice. Being able to, like, there's so many different ways you can play this. You can play it with going into trying to do judgmenting perfect Loki. This also means that, like, you could possibly judgment perfect Loki on 2 or on 1 with coin. That's kind of neat, right? Because you can use coin and 1 and just play perfect Loki from hand if you got it, which I think is great. This does set up some interesting ideas with Harvesting Season. Maybe that card will finally get the axe, although I'm not really concerned about it. I think that there's so many things that can stop whatever you're trying to do here with stupid Harvesting Season FTKs, or specifically coin TKs, that you're just, it's not going to work well, but sure. Yeah, this is phenomenal. Like, this is absolutely, we talked before when we were talking about beforehand, when we had Alejandro on the podcast, we were talking about what of the like central ideas of the new Valhalla rulers we wanted to see supported. This was absolutely what I wanted to see supported for Loki. I wanted perfect Loki to be the identity of what we were going to be trying to support. And boy, howdy, did they knock it out of the park right out the gate with Jormungandr. I'm super excited about this, both with playing with new Valhalla Loki and trying this stuff out with Order Loki, because Order Loki was hands down one of my absolute favorite like order decks. So much fun to play that deck. And now I get to call Stone and Order. Like, great. Like, that's just really exciting for me. Very excited about it. Confrontation, confrontation, go burr. Listen, the second you cast Harvesting Season, your opponent is going to flash it in Ice Shards, and you're going to cry. Like, I'm sorry.
Not gonna work.
What? No, we're not.
Ice shards doesn't work.
Hold on. Hold on.
Hold on.
Let's look through the text of Ice Shards for a little.
Let me read.
For a little known piece of text on Ice Shards for a little known piece of text from Ice Shards that says on solo mode specifically, players can only play one card per turn from a non-hand zone. Oh, you played Harvesting Season? Cool. You wanted to bin a card and cast it this turn? Would be a shame if you can't. And then you bind 10 cards, and then you can't cast the card from graveyard, and then Reverberate doesn't care. So it's like, okay. You got it. We all forget that card exists. We all forget that line of text on Ice Shards exists. And it absolutely does.
Yes.
Depends if they have solo mode or not.
So if you have it in... Yeah, it depends if you have solo mode, which is certainly an option.
Don't cheat for everyone else.
You just don't cheat for everything else. You just won't be able to remove anything from the grave.
Oh, also 2 friends and a cat. Yeah, baby, 2 friends and a cat about to be meta. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, you played Harvesting Season? 2 friends. Get wrecked, nerd.
Gotcha. That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the reason Wanderer gets to be a little nutty is because there are just like hard stops.
Yeah,
if you know what you're going into.
For sure. I love the idea of like getting into a fight with a Loki player and going like they go Harvesting Season and you go like don't cheat from hand and they go okay mirror and you go cool in response 2 friends and a cat. Sorry, Bucko.
I spent 1 will to do that.
Sorry, Bucko. Please get rid of 10 cards from your deck. Next turn, the Reverberate will begin at 0 again. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Is like if you stop them for the turn, even if they mill 10, the next turn the Reverberate's back to 0. Like, yeah, it's just nice. It's very cool. Loki is also really comfortable with and under Spirit and Shaman. Yeah, absolutely. Loki is going to be good. Like, it's going to be a good deck.
Yeah. 100%.
Speaking of Loki, this is Loki, the goddess of trickery and deceit. 7/7, blue-black, giant, high god, trickster witch. It's a witch. Untouchable, Vileborn 3. Reunited with Perfect Loki. Reunited specifically with Perfect Loki. So this only means that you have to have ordered a Perfect Loki or you have to have judgmented a Perfect Loki. Reveal a water or darkness chant you own from outside the game and put it into your hand. Whenever this card attacks or blocks, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. When a card is put from your graveyard from your deck, when this card is put into your graveyard from your deck, put this card from your graveyard into your hand. If you control a J ruler named Perfect Loki, it goes from the graveyard into the field instead. Seems pretty good.
Yeah. Just value.
Ordered doesn't... thank you, Alejandro. That's a good point. Ordered doesn't count for Reunited according to current CR. So this Reunited text is only live if you have specifically judgmented the OG Loki ruler with Perfect Loki. Thank you. That's a good catch for thank you, Alejandro.
Oh, good. I hadn't even considered that. Um, yeah, this is like a perfectly acceptable card.
Yeah.
Um, it's not like cracked. It's just good value,
Yeah, it's just
right?
good.
And then it just happens to be a witch, and it just happens to also be a giant, which you can bring in with Nero Ragnarok, which is nice.
Yeah, man. Let's cast Neo Ragnarok. Seeing how he said the current CR, does this hint that it's going to change in the CR? That seems doubtful. That I don't think Alejandra would have mentioned it to us if it was going to change, but we'll see. Yeah, very interesting card for sure. Probably. So here's the thing. Hear me out. The deck is probably playing like one copy of Final Form Fenrir and multiple copies of Loki, because if your opponent doesn't reveal wealth at the beginning of the game so that you can produce extra will, or if you have something in your hand to answer the wealth immediately, you're probably binning Final Form Fenrir to have it bring back to hand to be able to produce Will for Judgment, right? If your opponent does bring out wealth, or if you don't have something to immediately answer it, you're probably binning Loki, because then it comes to your hand, right? And then you have Loki in your hand at the start of the game, which is added value there for sure, off of the Jormungandr. So yeah, just a relevancy there. Lastly, we have, this is the last card for the night, Hermir, Frost Giant of Frost Boy. I'm gonna call this guy Frosty. This is Frosty. Whatever. Hrimheimer. Reunited with Loki 9/10. When this card is put into the graveyard from the deck, search your deck for a card with Loki in its name, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. This actually might be the better card to bin, because you can just search perfect Loki. Seems pretty good. Thin Ice. At end of turn, if a Resonator entered the field from a graveyard this turn, put this card from your graveyard into the field with 2 -1/-1 counters on it. Each turn, only 1 Thin Ice ability triggers per player. Tap and pay blue or black. You may play a target card from your graveyard. Doesn't say without paying its cost, so you'll still have to pay for it, and that's why it's a tap ability.
Remnant,
because it's also Resonator, right?
Remnant.
Because it would also let you play a Resonator from your graveyard.
Yeah,
it's just target card.
Any permanent, right? Any entity, you'd be able to play.
Yeah,
so that's
also
nice.
Gauze artwork. Yeah, Gauze.
Oh dang! I ended up milling that perfect Loki with my harvesting season. Well, I guess that's it. Except,
yeah, for sure.
Play it anyway.
For sure. And
it's not an activate ability, which I think is really well balanced.
Yeah,
it's something you can tap it, so it has to be on the field. It also means that against Mistletoe, you're gonna have a really hard time if it already is dead.
Yeah. Hit her fast, boys. Hit Mistletoe fast. Get her down below 35 as fast as possible. Because she judgments quickly, and she wants to. So, also very good in Paradox. Yeah, I think this card's pretty decent in Paradox, for sure.
Card is very solid in Paradox.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways. The funny thing is entered field from a graveyard. Now, I do have a question about Thin Ice. Specifically, I'm going to ask about Thin Ice with regards to Reika. Alejandro, I'm going to ask you about this. Reika seats a stone sacked and then play this card from your graveyard without paying its cost. Does Heimer see that as a Resonator entering the field from a graveyard? Because I'm still casting her. So she goes to chase and then goes from chase to field? Or is it specifically only if I'm cheating in directly from graveyard to field? Because if I can play this guy in Fox, Blue Fox.
Fox card?
Is it a Fox card? Thin Ice ain't reunited, baby. Thin Ice ain't reunited. My answer is yes, as it is moving from the graveyard to the chase from the field. Blue Fox.
Blue Fox.
Blue Fox.
So we're going to clarify.
Yes.
Okay, that's
sure.
good to know. It's good to know.
For sure. That's just a little neat interaction for me. Just like, just saying.
Yeah. It's also nice to have multiples of this in your deck because, Assassin of Bool, very much. It's helpful to have multiples of these because if you get multiple in the graveyard, you can just play something with Hrymir, and if it is going to stay the way that Alejandro said,
then the other Hrymir would see it and then be able to
another
cheat
Hrymir would come in. So you'd effectively get 2 cards off of 1 cast from graveyard.
You also would get kind of like a pseudo like infinite recursion engine, right? Because if they kill the one Hrymir and you still have the other one, you cast another card, get the other Hrymir back, and you could just kind of keep recycling them. Like a Fox card.
Yeah. Dang it. Stop giving Fox support.
Let's freaking go. No, I just know. Okay, Alejandro, come in. Alejandro, come in so close. Okay, I just need you to really quickly give me the blue, black, green Tri-Stone. Okay, just really fast. Just give it specifically to me and say that Jeremy's the only one who could play it. Just let me play the blue, black, green Tri-Stone. I promise I won't do anything bad with it. I promise.
Yeah, Pat and I are in the same book. Olivia cards win.
This is Aramaki support, obviously. Absolutely, man. Like, for sure. 100%. I mean, that's
obviously.
That's the fun part about this masterpiece so far is please don't do this to Jeremy. Don't keep it to yourself. Nah. Bugstone, just me. Bugstone, just me. That's the fun thing about this is like, I think the fun part about masterpieces is seeing how they support the actual ruler, but then seeing like, well, how else can we play these cards, right? What are the other ways that we can use them? Because some of them are very cool. I think most of the time there are cards in like every single masterpiece that I'm like, oh, these are the generics, right? Like Alabaster, generically good. Wattress, generically good. Chubby Five-Tailed Fox, generically good, right? Some of them just like find their ways into all kinds of different decks. In this deck, Isis is just generically good, right? Because it's the new Dark Atlas for Paradox. Hrymir, generically good. Like there's lots of cool ways to be able to play these cards, and I'm very excited about it. Don't need more Olivia cards. Said what I said. If she didn't need more cards, they would stop printing water. It's fair. But yeah, that's it for us, man. That's we are caught up. So we'll have the Master Rune for Ploki tomorrow, which is just going to be Neo Ragnarok. You've heard of new, but how about new?
I know Kung Fu Ragnarok.
So, excited to see that, and then we'll get into green probably after that, which means Hanzo stuff and Chimimi stuff.
Chimimi.
Can I tell you what my wish list is for what I want Chimimi to be? I want Chimimi to be allowing Mimis to be Mumus and vice versa.
Yes.
I would like the coming together of the races for Mimis and Mumus. I would like them to be one.
Yes.
So that you can please please and thank you.
Yes. Yes.
And then for Hanzo, I'm torn on Hanzo. I'm torn on Hanzo because the ATD card for Hanzo is Moontide. And I really like the ATD card that's like in lore wise, I think is associated with Millennia is the Nocturne Theater. I think if I remember the lore that they were talking about the Millennium. So that means that like, so that means that like new timeline Hanzo support might be tied to Nocturne.
I don't think so.
I don't really want that, or to be Moontide. I don't really
Yeah.
want that. I think there's other things that you can do that feels like it would be taking it in a very different direction than like OG Hanzo. I would really like to see Yokai. I think Yokai is where I would love to see that card come, but that's just me personally.
Cats and Yokai would be great. Um, I'm really interested to see tomorrow if we get a Perfect Loki reprint or not.
For
Because
Paradox,
that would mean Perfect Loki is allowed in Paradox.
I honestly
And
think
I don't think
I honestly think Perfect Loki
Yeah.
is fine in Paradox. I think that card is probably fine in Paradox for what it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even concerned about its power level. I'm just more of a concerned of like I'm actually concerned is the wrong word. I'm
Sure.
curious to know if that is going to give us a different strategy in Paradox if we get Perfect Loki or if we don't, right?
Sure.
Because we also have Replicant Loki,
Yeah.
and that might be seen as enough, and I'd be fine with that. I also don't think Perfect Loki is that bad.
Yeah.
In Paradox.
Interestingly enough, last FowFest's high tier promos getting the DBV Uber rares. Turns out sleeper hit for your promos from that one. So that's pretty good. If I say Perfect Loki is fine, but all big board wipes that have been banned makes no sense. So here's the thing. Perfect Loki in Paradox is infinitely tied to the number of cards in graveyard at resolution of her enter effect. And in Paradox, she won't have Jormungandr. So, like, early game, you're not going to have a bunch of cards in graveyard to be able to stat neg. And also, we have plenty of ways to mess with people's graveyards in current Paradox format.
Yeah.
So
I will also say the
stat lines for Recitators have also increased since Perfect Loki was first played. So like you need more cards for her to be able to do the same that she was doing back in the old day because you won't be able to judgment her. So she can't mill any cards herself to fuel herself. So I think honestly in Paradox she's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Two things to that point as well. The number of times I've jammed Perfect Loki into a deck thinking it was going to be like really helpful, it ended up not being helpful precisely for why Jeremy said. Like you're not getting cards in the graveyard. There have been games where I've just gotten no cards in my graveyard, like one or two.
Things get removed from the game, bounced back to your hand, left on field, and we don't care about them. Expelled, like, yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is too, unless you have Harvesting Season reprinted for this set, not
for
saying
Paradox,
it's not happening
for Paradox. I think Harvesting
Paradox,
Season is not being played. I don't think that's getting reprinted for Paradox format.
I don't think it is either, and that's kind of my point. Like, unless we get Harvesting Season, I don't think you're going to be seeing that.
No, I don't think so. That being
scary.
said, I think we already know one of the reprints for Darkness Runes for Lich, which is where Harvesting Season would be, which is Power of Immortality. Yes. We already know the Power of Immortality is being reprinted in the set. So it seems unlikely that we're also getting it at Harvesting Season. So that's my thoughts on that one.
Yeah.
Because
I would also imagine that we're getting Loki because otherwise this new Loki is not going to be remotely as playable.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For like newer people trying to get access to the card, I wouldn't be surprised to see Perfect Loki reprinted. Last slot support for Loki is the 40. 41 is Final Form Fenrir, so since cards are in alphabetical order, is unlikely Perfect Loki is reprinted. I don't know, man. We'll see. Seems odd to me that they would have a card specifically that has reunited Perfect Loki and not give that card to newer players who are first buying this set. Right? Like,
yeah, we have 36, 37, 38, 41, 42.
So 39 and 40 haven't been shown yet.
40 was...
40 is Loki? I don't know. If we could get a Dark Alice type card, it would speed up the Ploki decks. We do have a Dark Alice card. It's Isis, who is cost 2, who is white-red. So you want to play a 4-color deck in Paradox format? Good luck.
Ooh.
Sorry, you want to play a 4-color color deck in Paradox that's about to lose the Shock Rocks. Like, good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, we are not seeing. We do not have number 39 or 40 in this set.
Yeah.
So Perfect Loki is still on the table, and
We'll
the
see.
Master Rune.
Yeah, we'll see. 39 is the Master Rune. We already saw the art in the pre-sale sheet. 40 is another reprint. So 40 could be. We'll have to find out tomorrow. And so let's do some house cleaning here as we close it up. Again, get your pre-orders in. Links in the description. And go sign up for the circuit event for this Saturday. Going to play Wanderer format. Played via webcam. It's current format. So please go check that out. Really excited to see what people bring to the table. And what we get some good data for what the current format looks like. Look at it. So hopefully to see you all there. And this week on Wednesday, well, what did you guys think of the first episode of Cram School? That was this past Wednesday. If you are a channel member, you can actually start getting episodes a little bit earlier for almost everything. We're trying to upload videos early for channel members. So it's another reason to maybe motivate you to click that join button down below, become a member on the channel. We always appreciate that. It's easy enough. It's minimum $2 a month, and you get access to stuff. But Cram School was this week. We have another episode coming out on Wednesday, and then we've also been putting up we call them the backroom brawls, which is like extra footage of matches that we're trying to play as we test out decks with live audio and everything else. So check those out. And more Cram School has become. We're trying to get Matt's got a pretty busy schedule. He's got locals this Wednesday. He's got our online circuit on Saturday. The following Saturday, he's going to Ionia with us for the Ionia circuit series. And in March, we have the Odyssey Games circuit series. So we're throwing him in for tournaments. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that footage for that stuff kind of comes out and how he's able to do. So check that out. Be sure to go check out those videos. It's a really cool project. Hope it inspires you all to learn from him as well, and continue to increase your competitive game. And hopefully soon we can talk about the GP schedule if it gets announced. But that's it for us.
That'd be great.
That would be great. And until next time, this has been myself, DMO73, and I've been joined, as always, by Paul Reisman.
Check out the replicant video on File Archive.
Class dismissed.